My feelings when I finished Season 8 of Game of Thrones? Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Smiley, and I usually like to start these off by saying I'm very, very excited to be talking about insert title here, but this has got me feeling differently. I'm not so very excited to be talking about Game of Thrones Season 8. I don't want to say it sucked. My expectations for the series, not just unrealistically, just based on what the series had set as a precedent, was like here. And then like Season 8 was like way down there. Season 8's been a very controversial topic among fans. Some people like it, most people fucking hated it. I'm personally somewhere in the middle. I don't know if I fully hated it, but I do know that I didn't really like it, and I didn't love it. If I were reviewing Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 7, that would get a 10 out of 10. Seasons 1 through 7 are impeccable, and Season 8 just does not feel like the ending to this massive epic that the show really deserves. First and foremost, the season felt rushed. The other seasons of Game of Thrones really took their time. They didn't rush to a battle. They didn't rush to get to a specific point or anything like that. It was all very methodical, and one episode couldn't happen without the other. And Season 8 just kind of feels like a mishmash of all of the worst ideas thrown together. Not that I didn't like where everyone ended up. I like where all of the characters in the series ended at the end of the show. It was just too quick to get there. And I personally think that the series deserves better than this. I'm in this kind of difficult position where I liked where everyone ended up, and I liked a lot of the plot points that Season 8 hit on. I just don't like how it hit them. There wasn't quite a lot of building to any specific moment. Those moments that used to have just a lot of build-up, you know, previously in Game of Thrones, those moments just kind of happened in this season, and without any real kind of sentiment or importance, it felt like. By the way, I'm going to try and keep things spoiler-free in this video. If I'm about to mention spoilers, I'll let you know beforehand. I'll shout out a spoiler alert just so for you guys who haven't seen the series, or you guys who haven't seen Season 8 yet, I don't want to spoil you. And if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, I do still think you should watch the series. Overall, it is a brilliant series with an absolutely terrible fucking ending. Again, let me just get this clear, because some people may misunderstand this. I do not dislike where the characters ended up in the end of the series. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with where everyone was at the end. I just don't like how they got there. I don't like how quickly they got there and how little backstory was given to them while they were getting to those points, you know? There was very little character development in this season. This season kind of rides on the accomplishments of the others instead of trying to rise up to be its own thing. It was just really disappointing. My favorite character, Jon Snow, he has one fucking line throughout the entire season, and it's the same line that he repeats over and over and over again. She's my queen, she's my queen, she's my queen, she's my queen. Jesus fucking Christ, could the writers not think of anything else for Kit Harington to say other than she's my queen? For fuck's sake, people, come on. And while generally I don't think it would be appropriate for a series to redo its final season, I think in this case it might be kind of necessary for Game of Thrones to hold on to that magic that it had, you know? That being said, I don't know if they're going to redo the final season of Game of Thrones. I would like them to. In fact, I think this season could have been 3 seasons. 30 episodes you could have gotten out of these 6. That's really where the rushed part comes from. Because the first 3 episodes of the season could have been its own season. And then the next 2 episodes could have also been its own season. And then the last episode could have also been its own season. And that's the biggest problem with this. It feels more like regular TV. Game of Thrones had kind of built itself up to be this incredible epic that took you on a journey through this other world with these incredible characters. And then Season 8 just kind of falls flat on its fucking face. And I don't know how Benioff and Weiss did that. I'm fairly certain that they're actually good writers because, you know, we have 7 seasons of Game of Thrones to go on, that they have some idea of what they're doing. I don't know if it's their deal with Disney to make these new Star Wars movies or what, but they just rushed this. It feels like they put as little effort as possible into this. And that's sad because seeing what they had done in the past, I really think that they could have made this the best series finale of all time. It's really the wasted potential is what makes you the angriest, you know? Because here's this series that has probably more potential potential than anything else that's ever aired on television. And they just kind of fuck it up. They don't just kind of fuck it up, they totally fuck it up. Season 8 is not only a wart on Game of Thrones, it's a wart on HBO. And I imagine as HBO is getting larger and larger as time goes on, they might not be so happy about this. I really hope that they kind of pressure Benioff and Weiss into maybe giving this another shot. I mean, I don't even know what to rate this season. I went into this video thinking I'd give it a 6 out of 10, but that feels too generous right now. There were some good moments in this season, and the directing, by the way, the directing in this season, like, the shots in this season, absolutely phenomenal. So I just don't know. Guys, I don't know. Help me out here. I don't know what to give this season. And you know, I was gonna do a video where I reviewed the entire series of Game of Thrones, but I decided not to do that because that didn't feel fair to the rest of the series if I lumped Season 8 in with it. So I'm thinking I might do a review for Seasons 1 through 7 later on, and have this Season 8 review be its own separate thing. Because I don't think that Seasons 1 through 7 deserve that. I gotta really think here. I don't know what to give this season. Overall, I didn't like it, and I'm kind of mad that this is what Benioff and Weiss came up with. After waiting, like, what was it, 18 months between Season 7 and Season 8? This is what we got? This is the best they could do? You fucking serious? I just don't understand. I'm actually gonna give one of the lowest ratings I've ever given. I've given a 1 out of 10 before. I think when I reviewed Resident Evil, the final chapter, I gave a 1 out of 10. I'm not going that low. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna give Game of Thrones Season 8 a terrible, stinky, gross 3 out of 10. This series deserved better. That's really all I got without getting into spoiler territory. If you guys are interested, in the future, I'll do a Season 8 spoiler breakdown, and we'll talk about all the parts of the season that really kind of fucked it up. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know in those comments down below. The 3 out of 10. I really hate to do it to Game of Thrones, but again, that's why I didn't want to review this season with the rest of the series, because I didn't want this season to hurt the rating of the rest of the series, like it already has on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. The Rotten Tomatoes score has gone down from like a 95 to a 90% because of this fucking season. If you guys like this video, leave me a like. If you dislike this video, leave me a dislike. It won't hurt my feelings. And let me know what you thought of Season 8 in the comments down below. If you liked it, that's okay. You know, it's okay to have enjoyed this season, and it's also okay to not have enjoyed this season. So if you enjoyed this season, let me know in those comments down below. Let me know why. If you didn't like this season, again, let's talk down there. And thank you guys so very much for watching. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. Hopefully we'll be back on track now. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Keep it kosher. Peace.